Alright guys, and welcome to another episode of 4 Idiots. Coming up on today's show, Badger buys a blow-up unicorn.
We have a blow-up unicorn.
I make a funny face. And Ethan trips over.
But first we want to talk about mountain rescuers, groups of volunteers, an incredible force of people that go and rescue hikers and climbers.
Yeah, but eventually all the volunteers that work for them are going to age, and it will be down to our generation to keep them going.
So these days, our generation is often stereotyped as being selfish, lazy and obese. So we decided, let's do a challenge to prove if us unfit millennials can successfully perform a mountain rescue.
Yeah, unfortunately though, we couldn't find any hikers willing to act as the injured patients. So I had to find an alternative. Yeah, a pair of sex dolls would be our dummies in this race of endurance from Thompson's Rock, Simonside to the nearby hospital in Rothbury. I teamed up with medic Sarah and her assistant Ethan, and Jamie teamed up with medic Winn and his assistant Badger. The medics from each team would race up the hill, rescue their patient, and then bring them back down to the cars where the two drivers, me and Jamie, would race approximately 4 miles to the nearest hospital. And on the way, the medics would also have to perform some surgery. As me and Jamie were both acting as drivers for our team, we headed up the mountain first to place the injured hikers and signal the start of the race. Less than a minute in, both teams were already out of breath.
Okay, so this is more of a hike and not a race.
I mean, if these people are dying and broken their legs, they don't have much chance.
They're really fucking down to the...
And before long, it looked like Ethan was dying faster than the injured patients. Ethan! Oh, here, man!
So it was a good idea to run at the start, was it?
As Badger and Winn passed him, however, he suddenly had a burst of energy. Go on, Ethan! The future of mountain rescue was looking incredibly bleak. But before long, Sarah did make it towards the summit.
Let's go on, medic Sarah. I've had confirmation that the patient is
dead.
Up at the top here.
Up at the top.
So we don't know exactly where they are, but you need to find them. We didn't go this far now. Because I can't tell you where it is.
Come on, Sandra! Am I getting warmer?
Suddenly, she saw Sandra.
Yes!
Sandra!
Yes!
Sandra!
Woo! I've done it. How's Sandra? Up to you.
Whilst Badger and Winn searched for their patient, Ethan could afford to have a rest. But not for long.
Winn, whack the stretcher on there. Let's get her strapped up and get ready and get down.
Very
hard medical procedure, this.
Sarah and Susie, everything's going to be
There you go.
With Seth now heading back down the mountain, I went to give Ethan some support.
How are things, Ethan? Are they good?
I've done better.
Are you ready to walk back down? Come on, that's it, son. Think of Forrest Gump.
Both teams were now on the second leg of the race, with Seth still out in front.
You're like winning with girl power at the minute.
I am
Like,
the only
completely.
girl in the whole group at the minute.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking storming through.
Aye.
And to make things even more favourable for us, Ethan had now caught up.
That's it, son.
Let's go.
Broke me ankle.
Badger, however, was about to unleash what he thought was his best tactic of the race.
Right down. Yeah, this is going to be slower. They're going to get there.
Get the car and drive to there.
No, this is going to be way slower.
Not Jamie.
Look, we're defo gonna win. What's Badger doing? What the fuck is he doing? What on earth is he doing? Wait, no way!
My team were now cruising, and apart from Ethan constantly tripping up, it looked like we were going to make it back to the cars first for the final part of the race. But Badger's team were onto the second stage of their plan.
Badger and Winn are running straight down the side of the mountain with the patient. I'm going to get the ambulance and drive it to them. So this is pretty difficult.
Yes, boy! What the fuck is that? Finished?
Get her in. No, not in there. She's injured, Ethan. In the back. Where's Sarah went?
Get your fucking head in.
Right, we've got to get to the hospital. Roughbury Hospital.
It's in. Here we go, lads. There we go. Stars.
Right, let's go.
Let's call them.
Let's do this.
No, go, yep.
One of us start the CPR.
Right, the fuck started now. She's dying, Sarah. Sandra's dying. Right, where's Jamie? Shit, Jamie's there. Badger. It's Badger.
It's a badger. There's a car.
Wake up!
Badger car.
Oh my god, it's Badger!
It's all gone to shit.
We're off.
Oh,
Badger, look at Badger running. Badger's running for it.
I can't get this open. I'll get this open. Right, okay.
You can do it.
After passing Badger, Jamie and Winn, who were trying to figure out a route to the nearest hospital, we had a head start into the final stage of the race. But after avoiding some sheep in the road,
Sheep! Piss off!
Jamie quickly made up ground as I was being overcautious with my car.
Oh, Jamie's behind. Shit. Oh, gotta get a move on. Jamie's fucking behind. He's storming.
But once we got onto the main road, the turbo was unleashed.
Here we go.
Power band.
Power. Woo. We're fucking off.
Don't, she's ready.
Are you done?
You got yes? Yep.
Get in, Sarah. That was speed time.
There we go.
Play music. Ambulance sound effect.
Where's the belt? She's strapped in, she's ready. She's ready for our travel.
She's having a good time.
I'm good. We're saving you, Sandra. We're coming. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
Oh, fuck. I didn't see Jamie over the crest. We're making progress here.
Right, uphill. See, this is where I have the advantage. With this turbo. Look at the turbo kicking. We're speeding up this hill.
Meanwhile, in Jamie's car, all hell was breaking loose.
Just try to get you bandaged up, Mary.
It's like plasma, isn't it?
We're fucking losing her here, like she's deflating fast.
We're in Rothbury. Let's get the map on. So, we are continuing on this road for a little bit. Shit, Jamie's right behind.
We are
right behind.
0.7 miles away.
With Jamie right behind us, we needed to make as much progress as we could. But then,
Oh shit.
Oh, not a tractor.
No, please. There's someone. There's an emergency. There is an emergency.
Does he not understand? Thank you.
Thank you for fucking moving out of the way to let us pass.
He's right on our arse,
He
David.
is.
Old man!
This is it. This is it. As long as we're in the car park first. We've won. Let's go. Get in there. There it is. Whoa!
Oh. We're here.
Oh. Well, looks like we've won.
Looks like that's
Just us.
Now we must remember to be very humble in our victory.
Loser! You fucking shit me!
Oh,
I've never
dearie
seen
me.
this boy go so quick.
What?
88 miles an hour.
I didn't. No. Cut that out. No, wasn't out. Wasn't out.
Cut that out.
The turbo kicked in, he couldn't stop himself.
So, in hindsight, I don't really think your idea of sliding down a mountain was very good.
When I was away. I was sliding down that mountain like there was no tomorrow.
No, you weren't.
I was.
They still got there about 15 minutes before you.
Yeah, but if we all had sledges, we would have won that.
Anyway, moving on. I want to talk about twin towns for a minute. Now, what I'm referring to is when you drive into another place or another town, you'll see a sign saying welcome to, and then underneath it, it'll say twinned with. Like, for example, as we drove into the studio today, which is in Blyth, we drove past a sign saying welcome to Blyth, twinned with Solingen. Now, because I'm a geography nerd, I decided to do some research on what the actual meaning and point behind twin towns is. And basically, after the war, European governments got together and decided that twinning towns with each other would be a good way to encourage peace and unity. Blyth and Solingen in Germany have been twinned for years and have recently begun exchanging trips for local bands of each town to go and play at the music festivals of the other town. And this year, the Sleeze Sisters were called up and given a place at Solingen's Summerfest event. Now, I actually know the Sleeze Sisters personally, and Captain 𝗘𝗽𝟰, the founder of the band, and the producers from Beach TV, both thought it would be a great idea if I was to go out to Germany with them and film the event, whilst also going on a mission to see if there are actually any similarities between the two towns.
As we met up at Newcastle Airport, the only information I knew was that I was filming the band at the festival. Other than that, I had no idea where I was staying, no idea what Germany would be like, and a little more worryingly, I only knew 2 words in German. Auf Wiedersehen. Or is that one word? I don't know. As soon as we arrived in Dusseldorf, I immediately got a taste of Germany.
VW, 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 VW. Oh wow, that's a Renault.
We then made our way to Solingen, aka Blythe's twin sister. And on the way there, I got to know a little bit more about where I was staying.
Probably be in the best hotel ever. On the positive side, I'm just down the road in a really nice one.
Are we in a proper budget hotel, like?
It won't be that bad. They don't do bad anything.
Do they not?
Really. No, not really, not normal.
The bar roundabouts.
Yeah.
No, really country,
No, many. You see the cathedral over there? Can you see in the over there? Yeah. That'll be the centre. That way.
We then checked in at the hotel, and I soon found out that door handles mustn't exist in Germany.
These are funny doors. What is this?
You have to turn the handle.
There isn't a handle. It's a weird.
Oh, it did it for me. Oh, hang on, sorry. That way. There you go, with the key.
Hang on.
Turn it with the key.
Right, I'm gonna have to do that again to make sure. Flux und Raspenplan. I don't know what that means. Right, this is my room, and then the bathroom is
Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, I've got it here. Is this a prank? I've been given a disabled room. Is he trying to say something about me? Because I'm from the... Generally must think I'm disabled because I'm from the 40s. Ooh. To be honest with you, that looks like a hotel in Manchester. It just generally looks like I'm just staying somewhere random in England. The TV, however, wasn't like a random hotel in England. What is this? Germany has a thing with violence. There's knives in the reception, and I've never seen that in any other hotel. I really haven't. Oh, he's got a fish. A little later, I headed back down to the reception, and whilst waiting for the rest of the guys, I browsed some more knives and read an interesting German magazine. We then headed down to check out the festival, and my first impressions were that this place is nothing like Blyth. Apart from some graffiti, I could definitely see the contrast. We then checked out the festival and witnessed someone dancing to a drum solo. Something I, for one, had never seen before. After that, we picked up our backstage passes, went for a German meal, and then headed back to the hotel via the festival, which was now pretty packed out. So I tried some Schnitzel before, which is like it's like battered pork, and then it was like with a mushroomy sort of sauce. It was alright. Very German, apparently it's a very German thing. So far what I'm finding is everything here is really similar but very different at the same time. Like take this soap dispenser in here for instance. No, that doesn't work. What about that? No, that doesn't work. What about if you then when you squeeze it then it works, but that's not. That confused me. Soap dispensers, you either do that or you push the top of it. It's very weird. Very weird. The next morning, I headed over to the Sleeze Sisters' apartment. Right guys, so I've just arrived at the Sleeze Sisters' apartment here, and I'm gonna go in and see what they're up to.
Hey Dave, morning mate.
You alright?
Yeah, come in. Hey guys, Dave's here.
Morning, you alright?
Alright. Hello Dave.
You alright?
Morning Dave. Hey.
So, what's going on, essentially?
Oh, hey. Hiya Dave. So we're the Sleeze Sisters, of course. We're in Germany for the first time, and we're here to do the Soligen Summer Festival. We're going to be on stage in about an hour and a half, and we're all very excited, as you can see. And this is Stevie drummer. There's Andy Outrage on bass, Stevie sax, Graham on keyboards, and there's 𝗘𝗽 on guitar, looking very relaxed, I might add. Yeah. So we'll be rocking in about an hour and a half. And if you're out there in Germany, get yourselves down to Soligen. You don't want to miss it.
Soon we got all the gear loaded in the van and headed down to the festival.
You know what I really fancy? Sausage roll.
Turn right.
And after some random guys asked me to film them drinking beer, I had some time to fully look around the town centre to see if it was anything like Blyth. For those of you who don't know Blyth, it's a working class coastal port town about 12 miles northeast from Newcastle. But even if you've never been to Blyth, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see that it's nothing really like Solingen. The two towns do have industry in common, Solingen with its knife and blade production, and Blyth with its shipping, but other than that, I was struggling to come up with some comparisons. This bit's just kind of a bit like Northumberland Street. Blyth's got an out like this.
Like there's not that looks like that in bloody Blyth, is there?
So instead, I went on the hunt for similar high street stores.
Mind you though, that is something that's similar to Blyth, a 𝗘𝗽 shop.
But would Solingen have anything similar to the heart and soul of Blyth? Greggs.
Is that the German version of Greggs? I think it is, you know.
There were a few pigeons as well, but nowhere near as many as Blyth.
I thought that thing down there was their version of Greggs, but I had a look in, they didn't really have any pasties or anything, it's just bread and sandwiches and that.
Yeah. Hang on a minute, what's going on there?
Oh, they want a photo.
Oh, go on then, get a photo.
As I walked over, I was trying to think of how to say that I was English.
Englander. Englander.
England,
The hospitality and friendliness of the locals had, so far, been great, and you do have to ask yourself if all of this could have been partly influenced by the main original purpose of town twinning as a whole. To be honest, that was probably the only sole purpose of town twinning, and I'm just an idiot for thinking otherwise.
Dave, what you doing with your lanyard round your head? It's supposed to go around your neck.
It was like itching the back of my neck.
Are you making a new fashion statement or something like that? Or?
Yeah.
That's actually quite suits you, actually.
So I moved it up here because it's not really falling off. Like I can walk around and stuff.
Right. I think what you should do is put your sunglasses over the lanyard, though.
Oh, because that would...
That would keep it in place, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Well, no. So if you take your sunglasses off and put them back on so the legs go over, that's it.
Right. There we go.
That's better.
The Sleeze Sisters were now getting ready to make their German debut. Unfortunately though, due to the language barrier, they didn't realise that they were actually being introduced on stage as some of the guys were still getting dressed.
Sleeze Sisters!
Sleeze Sisters on go.
We'll soon change all that, don't you worry about that. Hey, we're the Sleeze Sisters, we're from the UK. It's fantastic to be here in Solingen. Thanks ever so much for inviting us. Let's start the party. Sister Steve! Everybody, let's see some hands, come on!
As the guys continued into their gig, more and more people showed up, and the crowd seemed to be really enjoying it. And after some tributes to the late David Bowie, and also Prince, with an incredible Purple Rain solo from Metz, They left off to a cheering crowd.
Good night, God bless everybody. See you in the beer tent. Ta-da!
Dankeschön. Thanks a lot, Chris. Euer Applaus für die Sleeze Sisters aus Blyth heute. Mit dankbarer Unterstützung des Städtefreundschaftsvereins Blyth Solingen. Und glaubt mir, jetzt ist das Zelt hinten bereit und schüttet viel, viel Bier in sie hinein. Meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, thanks a lot. Auch Manu Sharigi vom Verein nochmal.
The guys then celebrated, and we watched the rest of the festival. Well, I was just mostly watching people getting drunk. And I did so until my batteries were out of charge, and then I headed back to the hotel.
So that is officially the end of Soligen Summerfest 2018. I hope you enjoyed it. It's something a little bit different. So yeah, and Germany's actually quite canny. Hospitality's good, people are good, and I like to think we've made a connection with the people of Soligen, us Geordies from Northumberland. With that, I haven't really got much else to say. Back to the studio.
So essentially, twin towns don't mean that much, do they?
Not really.
But that was useful to know, wasn't it?
Yeah. If you do want to follow the Sleeze Sisters though, or get down to one of the local gigs, you can find them on Facebook under the Sleeze Sisters. Sleeze spelled with 2 E's.
Back to us being idiots now. Now, outdoor activities can be very expensive for the equipment that you need.
Yeah, and with the types of cars people our age have, it's not easy to transport the equipment. And when we've done rafting before, we've also got the issue of transporting the rafts back in our cars, dripping wet with water. So we want to see how hard it would be to just make a raft when you get to wherever you're going.
So we give ourselves a budget of £10 per team. Anything over that would lose points for. Here's what happened.
While you two plebs watch this, I'm going to go take my lunch break.
Alright, that's when fucked off. Can I get them, guys? It's too over budget. You can buy a raft. You can buy a raft online for 25 quid, and that's what we're basically trying to beat with our shitty invention.
Yes.
Why do I need these?
Folding a saw.
Oh right, how much? Oh, well that's a £5 already gone on a bloody saw.
We couldn't find much in terms of building materials, and neither could the girls. But after some looking about, Badger did manage to find some discounted items to make our raft visually appealing.
Right. Basically, this one here, when Vikings made their boats, they had dragons at the front of their ships. We have a blow up unicorn.
Oh yeah.
Every captain has to have a shipmate.
Oh, we got a parrot?
We got a parrot.
Oh yes.
And he's a big parrot, he's not there.
Right, so you bought stuff, we bought stuff. How much have you spent? Because you get points deducted for the amount that you spend.
Spent £3 on billboards, spent £2. Probably about
fucking hell, man. £7 or £8. Oh my god. Badger, what was their fucking tune-in for your radio? 87.5 Badger FM.
87.5.
Badger FM.
We'll put that on in the car, mate. Reese.
87.5, yeah.
It's bad news for the English game.
Oi, oi.
With Badger FM blasting, we headed to the rafting location.
Right, where we're going for this? Down to the...
We're going to head straight through the forest.
And then there's 2 islands, isn't there?
Yes.
And the objective is to get to the islands, basically, with our raft.
You could only spend £10 on your raft.
Which we've spent under that, haven't we? Exactly £10. Yeah, with our parrot and, mascots.
You get points for best looking. Obviously you get, if you're any under, then you get points, but if you're any over, you get points deducted.
Yeah.
And you also get a point for if you make it.
What is your idea
Get
for...
the 2 pipes.
Yeah.
Right. And we'll stuff them at the ends, right? Put one on either side. we use the plywood boards to put across to make a raft. Yeah, to actually sit on. And then ram it with sticks underneath and it will float. We'll just need to find something to tie over the ends so they don't...
I've got cable and we've got string.
And we'll just get a bin bag.
Right.
And tie really tight like a drum.
I'm basically purely a camera guy for this. If you want any help, if you want to instruct me to do something, let me know, but I don't have a fucking clue.
Right.
Okay.
So we're a two-man team.
Badger quickly conjured up his flotation device, but before we went any further, we needed to test it out.
You got it?
Yeah.
Hope you don't slip it off.
She floats.
Test it with some weight or something.
She floats!
Jane wasn't quite as optimistic.
And these we see two boys discovering that their idea is shit. They've literally just tied bin bags.
Rebecca's piss.
It's not gonna float with fat horses on it.
It seemed as if Jane may have been right, because things quickly started to go downhill.
Okay, we need to rethink that. I'm gonna need some help here.
It's a quicksand. It's a fucking quicksand.
I'm in the fucking quicksand, mate.
I don't know how much a hand can help, but I don't really want to...
String, I need that.
Is it came off?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came off and he tried to get it and then...
Well, that one? You got the string on that one?
That one's not off yet.
Alright.
Well, here it comes.
It was all good though, because Badger had a new idea.
That's gonna go in the middle. Right? Them two on either side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need someone to hold them and I'm gonna need someone to pull this over with us.
Yeah.
Right? And we'll wrap it like a present.
Yeah.
And you sit on the top.
Then you get one at the other side.
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
I get what you're saying, but it isn't waterproof.
We'll bag the ends.
Yeah.
On top of this though.
Meanwhile, over with the girls, progress with their raft was rather slow. Back on my team, our present-styled raft was coming together.
It's a present of buoyancy.
So what he's going to do, just sit on it?
Yeah.
What happens when it rolls over?
It won't.
It will.
It just won't.
It will. It will.
Yeah!
Next, Badger asked me to build some oars.
This is how you were on about doing it, yeah?
Should we help him?
Why is he on our team? I know it's a girls with boys, but he's practically a girl. I mean, come on.
Oh, this is better.
He is no use to me at all. He is no use to me. Tutankhamun, he's doing well. He's got a bin bag on his head. He will float. That fucker.
And crush it. Crush the bottle.
Flat, yeah. You reckon that'll work?
After that, Badger determined that our raft was ready to sail.
Right, put it down carefully. Oh,
So they're trying to get all the way from here to that island there.
This should work.
Wait, I just want to... It's not waterproof at all.
Is it not?
There's already water in it.
Just get on it, just get on it, Jamie, just get on it.
See? What a bad idea.
It's going down.
It's going down
I
already.
can see it already.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Oh shite, that's
not
fucked.
waterproof.
I am literally out of ideas.
Oh fuck's right. We need to tie it better. Put the bin.
No,
it needs the bin bags on. Where's the bin bags?
No, it's because this thing isn't
You haven't got the
waterproof.
bin bags on it. Get it out. It's sinking.
What is the... Oh, it's not going to fall.
Right. Now, Jamie. Let me.
As we were trying to stop our failure of a raft from sinking, the girls showed up with their effort.
Oh shite! Is the girls' raft?
Right, Jamie.
We're fucked. We kind of need some help here.
Fuck it, we just got to
Right,
go
just
for it.
let go.
You're going for it.
Just got to go for it.
What?
If it won't go, then we'll just have to...
Ah! What the fuck?
Is he sinking?
Oh, it feels horrible.
Yeah, come stand there. It's fucking awful. Oh, straight up.
Jamie's in.
I'm proper fucking. I'm literally knee deep.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's warm actually. I think someone's pissed.
Oh.
Your raft is sinking.
Yeah, I think they know that.
Well.
Right, let's just make an agreement. If it won't float, we're swimming.
Right. Keep.
It's not gonna fucking float. What the fuck is that?
That's not. What is it? Floats with no one on it.
Yes! Look at Louis on the top of it.
Get on it.
Wow!
One of you get on it and see what happens.
Wait, are we getting it?
Yeah, one of you get on.
It's horrible.
Sink it!
This is not buoyant.
Push it down!
Oh, it gets suddenly cold. What the fuck?
Hang on.
I'm on it. It works.
Does it actually? Is it like a
I'm
sunken
actually
lilo?
Dude, this is actually pretty good. Yeah.
Jane, you're pushing me down now. Right, are you alright? You just have to swim because if you don't swim, you get stuck.
So what we have learned from this situation is that I should have just brought my rafts.
Yes.
Yes!
It's warm here, so we get to this bit, you're fine.
I know it feels warm here.
Oh.
It's alright, this bit's warm here. This bit's
After some time, Badger, Jamie and Jane just decided to go for it and make their way over to one of the islands with the girls' raft.
Right, let's do this.
Ours actually floats. Yours doesn't. Looks like a dead body. Does actually.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
Right, Jamie, if you move faster, it gets better. Ooh, the fucking arms. Oh, right. Explain this. How was there shit all over here, which is black? Badger obviously didn't realise that he'd just invaded the United States of wildlife, and this became more apparent when he ventured over to the other nearby island. Shit! Ducks! Ducks! Fucking hell. Move them arms, guys. Keep some momentum.
Oh, it feels so disgusting. Fucking hell. What the fuck?
So all things considered, right, I don't really think this has went too well.
Right,
No.
I don't think we can build rafts.
Yeah, no, we can't build rafts, no.
At the minute, anyway. I think we need better materials.
Yeah,
But we can't drag them
this
down
was
yet.
just an absolute failure, let's just face it.
Well,
it was
mine
good.
made it to the island.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, you've brought your raft here and back, which is something, you know. It was more practical than our one.
So that didn't go 100% to plan, but it is something for the future, definitely to
You
consider.
forgot to put the bags on the end of the pipes.
Yeah, but if you had thought about it properly and got like a lot better resources than what we did
You
now.
forgot to put the bags on the end of the pipes. I told you to take it back out. Anyway, right, that's all we've got time for this week. As usual, if you want to check out the behind the scenes and extras, they'll be on my main YouTube channel. But other than that, we'll see you next week.
There's a Winn there.
What?
I passed these fucking hikers, right? They're watching Badger go down the thing, and they're like, are you part of this group of delinquents?
Did actually?